Hi everyone. I didn't feel like typing out a message of the week or anything like that, so I'm just going to make a quick video with a few things. I hope you're having a good week. We're right in the middle of the break, March break, and I know that for some of you it's not really a break. Some of you are busy catching up with older work. Some of you are trying to get ahead in your work in some courses. Some of you are parents. Some of you are dealing with work stuff. And so I hope that with all that, you're still finding some time to rest and maybe do some fun things that you haven't had time to do during the semester so far, or just sleep more, play some games, zone out a little bit. We're all doing what we can. As for me, I am, I've been working and trying to prepare for after the semester, after the break, but I am taking a couple of days to just not do anything and maybe go take some walks and enjoy the outdoors. So I wanted to say that you're going to be seeing some things pop up because, as has been my pattern throughout the semester, on the Thursday I always make the work for the upcoming week available. Thanks, by the way, to those of you who've been giving feedback. I do know some of you are finding the Wednesdays hard, but you know, because it's in the middle of the week and it seems short, but at the same time, in a regular semester, if you have a class on that day, the work is usually due on that day. So that said, as hopefully you remember, I keep reminding you, when you need extra time, just let me know. And I do want to maintain the Wednesday thing because that's when we do have the chat, and I need people to have done the reading before then. So, but I am flexible, so please don't be shy to ask when you need more time. That's part of you learning to be kind of a responsible citizen and letting people know when you can't meet certain deadlines. So I'll talk more about the results of the survey, but I would just wanted to say that to the one or two people who are expressing concerns about that. I do want to let you know that after week 9, we're going to be kind of having a new pattern with the weekly readings, where each week we're going to have one thing that we're all going to look at so that we can kind of learn something all together. But we're also going to be starting to give space for students to start to explore an individualized path leading to that final project. So next week when we come back, you'll have sometime during that week, you'll have instructions for the final project and all the options. There's going to be a lot of options. You can take time to look through that in terms of format and in terms of topics. And so then every week you'll get to kind of look at something either from one of our textbooks or some stuff online or researching your own thing that will start preparing you to work on that final project. So anyway, all that said, today, Wednesday, March 17th, you're going to see some things pop up in Leia. You're going to see next week's work that's for next Wednesday and the PowerPoints. But if you're still in break mode and you don't want to start working on it until Sunday or Monday, that's totally okay. Just because it pops up doesn't mean you have to jump on it right away. So I wanted to let you know that. And if you're not bothering to look at it, then you're not going to look at this Mayo either. So that's fine. Then you already get that. But if you do see this Mayo, hopefully you'll see it before those other things. And just when you see them pop up, don't panic. It's not due during the break, it's only for after the break. And I'm keeping it a little bit light, so it's a little bit less reading than the last 2 weeks, for example. So here's just a kind of little, overview of the assignment. It's really, you have two things to look at in our other textbook that we haven't looked at yet. And so it's a small book, so even though you might look sometimes like, that's a lot of pages, it's actually not that bad. You have like one small chunk to read at the beginning of like 4 or 5 pages, and then the first chapter you don't have to read it cover to cover, because in the assignment you're given some options on what to focus on, and everything is clearly labeled in the book, so it should be kind of fairly easy to kind of find what you're looking for. I'm not going into detail here because I'll make it's all, I think, fairly clearly indicated in the assignment what you need to do. Just keep in mind that here for question 1 you have 2 choices. You pick one question between the two, and here there are 4 quotes and you choose 2 of them to go explore in the textbook, and you're even given the page number. Okay, And the second thing is a little bit more on the fun side. I try to balance the stuff that's kind of hard, like it'll make you mad, probably, and stuff that's more. So we're gonna go back to our Haudenosaunee Confederacy and learn a little bit more. So you have an article to look at and a video to look at, and there, one of them is a story that takes place between the original creation story with Sky Woman and on one hand, and the creation of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy on the other. So you'll learn about the origins of the clan system, as well as the origins of the 5 original nations of the Confederacy, and in the video, you'll learn a little bit more about, differences in terms, which ones are preferable, as well as, the different roles that nations have. And as usual, there's a little quiz, and it's mostly focused on this week's material to help you kind of learn and retain some of the terminology. So there are 2 PowerPoints this week that you're going to see pop up. One of them pertains questions 1 and 2, so the stuff from the book 21 Things You May Not Know About the Indian Act, and in that I cover the important things that you need to know. So that's the longer one. As usual, it comes with a video, so you can download the slides, look at them on your own, and the video always has some extra verbal explanations, of course, as would happen in class. And the second one is much shorter, and it just gives you an overview of what is in the article and in the video. And that's it. So I look forward to seeing some of you when we're back on Wednesday. I guess the last announcement that I wanted to make is that I've talked to my friend Trevor, who is Anishinaabe, and he will come one Monday in April. It's either going to be the second or the last Monday in April. He's going to get back to me. He's going to be a guest speaker, and it's not going to be a webinar format. It's going to be an open format. And I did ask him to leave more time for questions, because I know our previous guests, we didn't have much time for interaction, but we'll have more time for interaction with Trevor. He's a friend of mine and a spiritual mentor, and he's going to talk about drumming and some of the more spiritual aspects of Anishinaabe culture. So before we get to that, we'll have some readings where you'll learn a little bit more about Anishinaabe cultures. And when he comes, you'll have a bit of background knowledge already, and he'll be very happy to answer questions. So keep that in mind. Obviously Easter Monday, the college is closed. It won't be on that one, but one of the other Mondays, just kind of try to make sure that you're free, because I think you're not going to want to miss this one. It'll be very interesting for all of us. So that's it. Please feel free to reach out if you have questions about anything or any concerns, and I'll try to help you out the best as I can.